Hey everyone, welcome back to our Blackout Survivor Redemption recap. It's me, Vince, again, and with me always, Josh. Lovely to see you. And everyone's been wanting to talk to her. She's a fan favorite of season 2, Melbourne Survivor, the Edgic God. She'll provide a really good spreadsheet last week. Everyone, welcome Tara, Queen Tara.
Thank you.
Tara, we haven't seen you for a while. How are you?
Huh?
We haven't seen you for a while. How are you?
You know, life is evolving. I'm on an upwards trajectory, I'd say. Yeah, thanks, Ching. I paid a lot of money for a good green screen, and took me a lot. This is an NFT. Behind this is an NFT. Yeah. So I'm the only one who has this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see I'm really going up in the world. Yeah.
Are you selling the NFT?
Yes. Now I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will take bids.
Yeah. I'll we can get the bidding started after this. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Tara, before we move on, who's your winner pick of the first impression for winner pick of this season?
Okay, this is an interesting question because I don't think I've actually said my winner pick. Like I have like a contenders list of who's currently like at the top of it based on like Edgic. I don't know if I actually have a winner pick. I think my winner pick. Are we talking winner pick based on like first impressions, or are we talking based on
impressions
or based on strategy? Okay, first impressions.
Yeah, not without having the first episode as your backup.
I think my winner pick would have been Rachel. I think she would have been my winner pick if I went into it. Oi, Salvador in the chat.
Good old Sal.
Is that the inside joke? Yellow Mellow Baby?
I've got a yellow buff on.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I would have picked Rachel because I felt like she had like pretty cutthroat vibes. That's not even necessarily a good thing. In fact, I think it's sometimes a bad thing if those are what your vibes read on a first impression. Like some of us know a thing or two about that. But I think I just liked the way she was thinking about the game. Like her mind was definitely constantly ticking, and that's the sort of thing I enjoy to like root for in a certain kind of player and as a winner potentially. So that's why she would have been my winner pick, I would say. Yeah.
Did you only pick her because she reminds you of yourself? Because she reminds me of you so much.
You know what? Like I can see the comparison, but I think she's still pretty different. Like she definitely strikes me as someone with a little bit more like, firstly, like composure. You can almost compare like her and Matt's dynamic to mine and like Calvin's in the sense where like they're this immediate duo that vibes with each other, and they're like, don't let anyone know, but like they're actually pulling off the don't let anyone know that we're working together. And me and Calvin were like, let's not let anyone see us, and then everyone like all of their time is spent together. You know? So I think they're like we were like the shitty version of this kind of dynamic, and Matt and Rachel are pulling it off pretty well so far. But yeah, Matt would be a pretty good too, but that would blur like. Do you know how like crazy that would be? Like he keeps it a secret that he's playing, and then he wins.
Yeah,
he's getting a great edit though. They both are.
Wait, Tara, did you know that he played?
No, I did not. So when like Josh and I got like rejection letters, right? Like emails, like no, you can't play. And then like Matt played in onto that too. So he said he got the same email that we got saying like, oh no, you can't come like interstate. I fully believe that because I was like, oh shit, you got the same email. Yeah, checks out. But yeah, I had no idea, and he leaned into it.
But he probably got it because he went in there as a crew, so he probably got that email.
Yeah, he actually might have. I'm not even sure. But yeah.
Then...
he was very lucky because like that was during like, so season 4 was filmed during our lockdown in Victoria. And New South Wales went in lockdown, so he was actually very lucky to get across.
For sure.
Sure, Matt.
Oh, he did get the same email. Okay, yeah.
I don't believe it. Can't believe anything he says anymore.
Are we a bunch of rejects on Backyard?
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
We're the rejects. Yeah. It's the rejects for Backyard group.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should talk about the episode.
I think so too. Let's crack on.
Josh, as a fellow first boot, how your experience with Holly being in Redemption, and then we first seen she's being like somber, she's like really like sad. What do you think?
I actually shed a tear.
Yeah, it was really sad.
It was really, really sad. The editing was just like it really punched you in the gut. It just like it's just like you're going to feel sorry for Holly, and then the music starts playing. Then you could tell Holly had a cry before she had a confessional, and it's just it really hurt. Like I've never felt so hurt watching something before, other than like The Notebook. Like this was like that level. I felt like horrible. I'm just like I feel so bad for her. Like
I'm just wondering if she's not gonna play Survivor anymore. Like I think it will scar her forever. Like this is so bad experience.
I blame Matt.
we all blame Matt.
I feel like
to be honest,
I feel like he was the person that was like least to blame when it came to her boot.
That is true.
He was the one person who didn't actually want to boot Holly first, but he knew it was good for his game to go along with that.
Yeah. It's so sad. It's so sad.
So I think like Josh was the one that spearheaded that vote for sure.
Yeah.
By the look of it, at least that's what the edit says.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Wait, I thought Josh was targeting Ken last Pro Bowl. Is it not?
No, Matt was targeting Ken.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, and then we see the other tribes dynamic. What do you guys think about the blue tribe? I think we first in the blue tribe, or they went to red tribe first.
We started red tribe. Yeah.
And Red said they lost Holly, and then they talk about.
They started feeling sorry that they voted Holly out. I'm just like, guys.
And then Rachel was like, "It's a game. It's a game. We have to do it."
Yeah. It was very interesting. There was I mean, if Edgic God's going to talk a little bit about Edgic here, it really seemed like in terms of Red Tribe, there was very much like we were getting the narration from the perspective of Matt mostly. There was a lot of cutting to and from Matt and narrating the response to Holly being voted out, his own experience in that. And just the tribe response to everything. I think there was a lot of like checking in with what does Matt think about the way this all played out. And so that's why I found it interesting to also note in the edit who else got to have a say in those times, because I think there's a lot of information there, because you have to look past like who's just narrating and who does the edit like want you to subtly kind of like get in your unconscious. And I think there's people there like Michael was someone who was getting a lot of interesting airtime on Red Tribe in the middle of all this like Matt and Rachel and like Ken stuff. Like I think Michael was definitely someone to be paying attention to.
Okay.
Yeah. At least
opinions on the Red Tribe, Josh?
Yeah, like I think sorry, I just can't still get over Holly. It's so sad. It's so sad.
Do you need a moment? Do you need a moment?
No, I need a tissue. No, it's fine. No, I feel like the whole it just felt like bullshit to me. Like it felt like I don't know. I was coming from like a really bad downer from like losing Holly and then like going to see to see that and then to go to the next level. But like you're right, Tara, you do get pretty much Matt's whole point of view from the situation. Other than most other people. But you also get a bit of Rachel as well on how she now essentially is like she's the only woman left and she's pretty much like controlling the tribe.
Yeah.
Tara, I want to ask you a question. So from my like I don't really into that kind of I don't know how to do Edgic, but I was thinking like the kind of like the edit's telling me Rachel's leading that Red Tribe. But now that you mentioned that Matt was giving all the confessional and narrating, like what does it mean to to Matt in that situation? Is it like the one we should look out for, not Rachel?
Well, you have to first have a read on the players themselves, like who is most likely to take on that narration role, and Matt is someone that would fit that bill. So you have to kind of look past that and think, why are they showing these specific moments of his narration? Is it because it's narrative that drives the rest of the Red Tribe plot, or is it narrative that drives his plot? And I think there is a lot of narrative that drives his plot there, especially in his very first confessional, which I did predict he would have after, Holly's stuff, which is, all about his, emotional stakes, going to the Holly vote, and now really gives his own narrative, like a baseline that could really add to the storytelling of the season. And I think that's the sort of thing that you have to pay attention to. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Blue Tribe. What do you guys think about Blue Tribe? We have that snippet where Fiona was left alone, trying to look for an idol.
Yeah.
What do you? Okay, and then who do you think is driving the narration in the Blue Tribe?
Oh, Kiara, absolutely.
No, Blue. No,
Blue.
it's yellow.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. Blue Tribe. I'm actually struggling to pick a key narrator. I was trying to think about that earlier. I think it's
I believe Fu.
Key one. I think Fu probably is the closest, but then you still get a lot from like Dan. Especially in episode 2, we got a lot from Fiona as well.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the premiere, Fiona had a lot of narration about others rather than about her own experiences. So she is like a key narrator, but it tends to be more about like macro aspects of things rather than her own micro experience. But the camera captures her micro experience, which is, I don't know. That's also kind of thought-provoking. It's like, why is the camera showing us more of this? Is it because it's purely entertaining, or is it because it matters? But yeah.
What do you think about like the gameplay side of things coming from that situation? Like we see Fiona, she obviously knows a bit about the game because her brother played in season 2, and she's just left herself.
I don't think she watched Survivor.
Okay, well, she should have. How dare she not like support her brother?
Anyway. She's a replacement anyway, so she wouldn't have any time to prepare.
Always prepare.
Oh, true, yeah.
Better to be prepared than not be prepared. No, but like, what do you think of like the whole like her leaving? Like, she left herself there by herself. Like,
yeah.
I think you make the mistake as well. Like we make the mistake, me and you.
Yeah.
But I think she will learn from the mistake. But yeah, it's not a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, strategically, it's isolating yourself from the rest of the tribe is almost always a mistake. Are there any scenarios where isolating yourself from the tribe is a good idea? Like, I can't even think of like a hypothetical.
No.
I mean, yeah, well, you don't know any of the conversation that's happening, so you miss out like so much. It's crazy.
I think it's probably only worth separating yourself from the rest of the tribe when you 100% know you're on the bottom and you have to like find an idol. Like, there's no other way. I think that's maybe like the only sort of strategically viable option. But even then, I mean, that's literally what I kind of like almost did in our season of Melbourne Survivor. I just kind of ran off into the bush when I knew I was screwed. And that was that.
I think it's a rookie mistake that we all made. Then we realized that, okay, yeah, next time I play, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you always want to make sure you're with the numbers all the time.
Yes.
Or at least with someone else.
Someone. Yes.
Yeah.
Tara, I want to ask you your thoughts about David. Another fellow.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about David. David's someone who got a really interesting edit in the premiere. I would actually say both him from Blue Tribe and Josh from Red Tribe. The two people got sort of similar edits in the sense where like the edit wasn't the most flattering, and but it wasn't the most condemning either. Like, they were both getting credit for things, but they were also both getting a lot of like either because of music cues or because of things people were saying about each of them and the ways they were being described by people. It wasn't a good look. Now, David's someone that's very interesting because he's very well spoken, and his reads are sometimes quite right. And then in the premiere episode, we were shown that on one instance that he was actually quite wrong about one of his reads about like whether or not he had a good vibe with Michael at that feast. And he thought there was no vibe, but Michael felt like there was a vibe. And he was like, nah, there was no vibe. But I think what was really good for David this recent episode was that the edit was kind to him. Like, it didn't like paint him in a terrible light or anything. It was actually quite a toneless edit. And I think that's exactly the sort of thing you want after kind of this like tumultuous opening edit where it's like he's like this de facto leader of the tribe, and his tribe are like he's like sort of a leader, and they're kind of not sure where he falls within it all. But I think this episode definitely was a good recovery episode for David. I'm not sure if this will last, but I'm interested to see where a story goes from here.
I was going to ask you a follow-up question. Have you catched the last bit of the promo when he said to the tribe that something about I'm straight pissed if you vote me out or something?
If Yellow votes off like Kiara, that he'll be very suspicious of everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was yes, I did pay attention to the next time on. I do need to do like a rewatch and like fully deep dive into it and come up with some takes there. But I think these sorts of the next time on, even in like Real Survivor, they can always be very misleading. Like I think the better thing to read in terms of predicting the game is actually the previously on rather than the next time on, because the next time on it wants to set up like stakes, like things are going to happen. Like we don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to hook you in so you watch the next episode. The previously on, these are for the people who are already watching the episode. This is so you can plant clues about the general narrative that you want people to remember moving forward. So I think next time on is not really a good thing to edgically read too much into.
Yeah. Before, and then we have a snippet of shot of that idol hidden in the water well. Did you catch that? And what do you think about hiding that idol? Isn't it an idol like the cross mark on that water well? What do you think about it? Yeah.
What do I think about it? I mean, personally, I love how this season the idols are hidden in so much more difficult ways. I'm a big fan of like Survivor without too many advantages, too many idols. So like when they're hard to find and they're there, but like no one's finding them, and the edit like zooms in on them and shows you that they're there, it increases the stakes because it's like, okay, if any of these people find themselves on the outs, there is always a potential means for them to survive. It's just about whether they find it or not. So I really do love that the edit, even when the players miss this information, the edit shows us, the audience, that hold on, like there is still a chance for like anyone to survive a situation here if they can find this. And I think that's really fun to have going on.
Yeah, I must say, like last season we just had essentially idols given out to everyone. You get an idol. It's like Oprah, right? You get an idol, you get an idol, you get an idol. And it also was like unfair as well because there's only the people that went to like Exile Island that had a chance to get anything at all. Where this season everyone has a chance to get this idol.
Yes.
Everyone has a chance to get it. And I like it when it's fair. Because when you have like twists where it's just like one place and that's where all the advantages are, it's if you're on the bottom, you're never getting picked for that, or you might get picked for it from a different tribe perspective, but then you're a big target straight away. So you just never get any run in the game whatsoever.
I think Tara also bring up a good point last season as well when she was a guest that it's also depending on the timing. Like sometimes you go, there's nothing there, or there'll be food. So like it's just based on luck mostly.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I would genuinely say Backyard Survivor currently, right now, this year is putting out the best version of Survivor that there is to watch. Because you look at US Survivor currently, season 41, season 42, it's just everyone like by chance is being sent to like Shipwheel Island to have a chance at like, all these like weird little gizmos and bismos, you know what I mean? Like I really appreciate the game balancing that Kyle and Brian have gone into this season. Like even things like, I know you guys weren't as much into it when I was listening to the last potty, but like I thought having that like one world breakfast thing was actually a really good idea because it gave everyone equal opportunity to interact with one another. Like no one could ever then say move forward into the game, end up on a swap tribe and complain that oh, I don't know anyone on this tribe. Like you had the opportunity at the beginning of the game to interact with everyone, you know, so you can actually still be held accountable for things that happen to you rather than everything feeling like out of your control, like hoping for a perfect storm, but like knowing it might not ever come, you know. So this game, it really feels like the power is in the hands of the players, and it's because of the way Kyle and Brian have gone out of their way to like balance the game really incredibly well.
I think the only thing we both didn't agree on was the food side of things.
Oh, the food.
Yeah,
I think you have to give them a reason to be together though, like because I think if there's no reason, everyone's going to be more awkward because they're going to know everyone's watching. Like, oh, people are going to be socializing and strategizing. I think this is why in Survivor they always do like a merge feast, right? Because you can like be sitting down and eating with people, but using it as an opportunity to like build off into a little corner and whisper into someone's ear. It's a lot more like politicking within like the king's court, in the sense where like there are other things going on. It's a smoke screen. The breakfast, the food, the way I see it, it's like a smoke screen. The food doesn't fucking matter. Like we know they're going to survive the weekend. They don't need to starve. Like it doesn't, I don't think it builds any narrative tension, whether they have food or they don't, you know? So I think giving them food and using it as like a smoke screen to let them interact with each other and split off and shift into different areas, I think it provides a good canvas for work, you know? Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Let's just move on to the yellow tribe. We're almost 30 minutes in. So yellow tribe, what are the vibes? The nice tribe, basically.
I'm a huge fan of like Kiara. Man, just something so compelling about every confessional she's given so far. I think she really is investing a lot of her like passion into every confessional she gives. And I think she's really, because she was first boot last time, you can see the amount of gratitude she has to still be in the game, but how much it like tears her up inside. And I think it really just paints her in such a good light. Like even you can see like the amount of sympathy she gives when she casts a vote for players to send them home. She's the one that you see saying like, I'm so sorry, like this was really hard, blah, 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 blah. The rest of the tribe, like they say similar things, but the way Kiara says it, there's so much more heart there. And you can see it's so much of it probably comes from, I'm sure a lot of it's just her natural personality, but like so much of it obviously comes from being like first boot as well.
Do you think though, like it may get to a point where people might be like, is she putting it on? Like from like from a game perspective. Yeah, no, I know it's her personality, but from like a game perspective, right? We got players in the game like Josh, who is sassy, brutal, doesn't give two Fs about anyone really. Yeah, it's good. But do you think like somebody like that essentially down the track might be like, this person is potentially like too emotional for the game, or like potentially like that could not play good for her further down the track? I feel like she has to I personally think that she has to not be like not assertive, but like I'm trying to think of the word. Not ruthless either, but like just trying to be more like understanding that it's a game more than like.
Oh, I think she knows
more than the Hunger Games and you're killing him off. Like, yeah, and I just get this feeling it's just. I love her. I just get this feeling she's not grasping game. She's grasping more emotional.
Josh, I think she reminds me of Ange a little bit. Like,
yeah,
a little bit, and that's the vibe I got from her. And I do understand. I get what you're saying that hopefully by the time the game progresses, she would like eventually be more assertive and what she. But I think this is like she's still like trying to shake off the first vibe. Like I don't want to. I don't want to go through this again. So once you make merge, she will go like super far, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, like her positioning is so good. Like everyone's all talking about like how like much they trust Kiara and all of this stuff like that. Like everyone's so like positive on Kiara currently. So I feel like she's in a position where she doesn't have to begin to like get too much into the nitty gritties of like Machiavellian levels of Survivor. But I do think, Josh, and I think you're right on this, that like I can see like her more like empathetic approach to the game potentially backfiring, especially because redemption is in play. You know, voting, if people went into the game really trusting you and going through the game really trusting you, and you get voted out, but you have a chance to return, and then you return, you're going to feel the most burned by the people that put the most trust in you. And if you're a person that's really easy to trust, people are going to like not be okay with that. They're going to be more prone to working with the people that, you know, perhaps they didn't have that level of trust with to begin with, because they're going to feel less burned, you know. So I think in that way, I can definitely see perhaps her cool, calm, collected empathy, empathetic like mannerisms and temperament really potentially working against her. But I think so far she's been doing all right on that front.
Yes. Okay, let's have another there's another subplot in this episode with Abby with Matt D saying there's no idol, and I think Abby rated a lot into it. Considering I don't know, I don't think Matt D watches Survivor, so I don't know. Like, what do you think about this Abby going on with the no idol thing?
I think Matt B does watch Survivor. He's just not like a super fan like Zach was, but I'm pretty sure he's an OG Survivor fan. Been watching since the beginning. So yeah, just a correction there. But yeah, continue.
Okay. Yeah. I think with Abby potentially looking down this route, I think it's a good thing, right? Because she is looking at every single situation she's going through and analyzing every single situation that she's had and every single conversation that she's had with everyone. So I can't see it being a bad thing. And also, like, even if it's not true, she now has a reason for Matt B to be the next target as well, right? Even if it's not true. Like, you know, she's made up this potential lie in her head that now she believes it. It's probably not a good thing that she believes a lie that she made. But,
but it's not a lie if she believes in it then.
No, it is a lie because he doesn't. Anyway, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Like, I can't see it backfiring for no reason. Like, there's no reason it would backfire. And it's essentially just another reason for Matt B to go out further down the track. So Abby did good there, I think.
I can definitely agree that like there are so many benefits to preemptively like setting up someone's downfall by like planting seeds that like, what if they have the idol? What if he's really got the idol? And what if he's just playing it off? Like, I think this is really good to often like plant seeds in advance, even if they don't like come to fruition in the round where you're going to a tribal council. I think it's good to always have these seeds like, and like, you know, make sure the soil is fertile, just in case you ever do want to vote them out. You have the weaponry ready to go to war against them. And I definitely think, but I think my concern with Abby isn't that she's thinking about the game super hard, but I think it's the same sort of concern I would almost have for myself in a lot of different games. I think oftentimes, even if you're not, people can mistake overthinking for paranoia very easily. And people will use someone's paranoia as an excuse to take them out. Like, it's something that makes you suddenly very easily scapegoatable. And that's a currency that only builds and builds and builds. Like, once you have potentially earned the paranoid perception, the public perception, I think that's something that like you can't undo. At least not until like you become an entirely different person, you know? So I think if anyone suddenly starts to say, I think Abby's getting a bit paranoid, I think like she's, you know, thinking too many steps ahead and it's just hard to like follow along with what she wants, I think that could really backfire on her. And potentially someone that could come to that conclusion might be someone like Kiara at some point, be like, Abby's playing a mile a minute, I need to slow down and think. And that could hurt Abby's game potentially.
All right. I think we should move on to the challenge. Do you guys like the challenge?
I love this challenge. I think this challenge is classic. I think it's done well. I don't think the letters were colored incorrectly. Sorry, painting crew. They looked really dodgy. I was talking to Amy about this actually, and Amy's letters were great. It was Ben who can't paint, apparently.
No,
That's fine.
please don't put people on.
I love you guys. But no, I think other than like the painting of the letters, other than that, I think this challenge was great. 30 minutes though, 30 minutes plus, crazy.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, I this challenge looks easy though, but like it's just that I don't know if they have a collar. I think this works better when you have a collar that like tighten this up. Like you need to like you loosen up a little bit, so that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's such a strange thing that did 30 minutes to do this for all 3 tribes.
I mean, they knew that one tribe was only going to be safe, so like,
Sure.
Yeah.
So maybe there was a lot of like stress as well.
Stress, yeah.
I mean, at this point though, like you're not first boot, who gives a damn, right? Just go for
That
it.
is true. Oh, what do you guys think about 2 tribes going to travel this early?
I think it's good. It really gets, raises the stakes for everyone. It can knock a few players off the board early and bring someone back. Provide redemption content earlier in the game, which makes it feel less like just like this side thing that like no one really cares about. Like it keeps the stakes for redemption like quite easily to be invested in because you can remember everyone who's there and what their story is so far. So I think it's a great idea to send 2 tribes to travel. Yeah.
Oh, I have one. Okay, so we need. Do you want to talk anything about challenge, or are we all good? Because I have a question.
It's a pretty straightforward challenge, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
A long
what
one.
are your odds thinking like Red Tribe winning the next challenge? Because all 3 of us know once you lose it, it's gonna be a narrative that you're gonna lose. So what you guys the chances of Red coming back?
I mean, they're definitely the fittest tribe left. Like, if I had to look at the fittest tribe, like Red Tribe are the fittest, but they may have got rid of their brain. But they may have got rid of their brains. Like their brains are probably now at redemption. So like, if they hit a puzzle, if they hit a puzzle, I don't know. I don't.
Matt is smart, so I think they can do a puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't know if Red's gonna go to tribal again before like a swap or something. I kind of get the sense that all 4, Matt, Rachel, Ken, and who am I fucking saying? Wait, Ken's out.
Josh and Michael.
And Michael. I get the sense that all of them are gonna be, man. I mean, I think it would be crazy if they went back to tribal again. That my God, I would hate that. Like I want them all to go far, but yeah.
Let's go into deep. Now we're talking about Red Tribe. Do you think it's a good choice to vote up Ken this tribal?
Yeah, his name was up there. It's like how you guys didn't vote out Rancy. Like
that's why I think it was good. That's why I think it's a good call. Yeah.
But Rachel did raise a point that it's going to be 2-2 split if they vote up Ken. So if let's assume they go in the next tribal, do you guys see there will be like drawing rocks, or what do you guys think?
Well, I don't see Michael drawing rocks to keep Josh around.
Yeah, me too.
To be fair, like I think Josh is definitely on the bottom of that tribe now for sure. Like I can't see them forcing rocks at this point.
No.
And yeah, I just can't see anybody wanting to save Josh.
So Aston said, do you think they should have shot for Michael? I think vote up Michael.
I mean, if they go to tribal again, I think, someone like Matt and Josh would probably have to take a shot at Michael. It definitely looked like Rachel was the person in best with everyone. Mm-hmm. So I think it would really come down to what Rachel wants on a vote. I can't see them turning on Rachel. So I think it would really come down to Rachel's call. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading it how it is.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I can't see anybody like going out of their way to save him, like personally. But I think it's in Josh's best interest to then probably target Michael.
Well, the thing is, we know Rachel close with Josh and Rachel close with Matt, but Rachel and Michael, I don't know. It's Josh and Michael. So if she want to bring a tight 3 to a swap, then why would she want to bring Michael?
Yeah.
Michael and
yeah.
Matt are close. I think that's potentially
Yeah.
why. Why should maybe bring, because I don't see Matt and Josh being that close.
But you said it's down to Rachel. So is it Rachel's call or Matt's call? So
this is all Rachel's tribe. This is Rachel's tribe at the moment.
Yeah.
Because she has the most connections within that tribe for sure.
She has the tightest connections probably too. Like, yeah.
Josh, hot Josh, that's what we call you.
Look, can we talk about Josh a little bit more though? Because I think
go ahead.
I'm finding his edit really interesting because his premiere edit was so messy. But like what's so crazy is that like if you rewatch that strategy chat from Red Tribe in the premiere, you can really see that like Josh is the one getting all the credit from the edit, for making sure the vote was Holly and not himself or Ken. Like he was portrayed as the sole driver, like more so than Matt, more so than Rachel, more so than Michael, which is really interesting to me considering how like goofy a lot of the music could be, how he had like these his challenge bungles and everything really honed in on that, and he was like really portrayed in this like not super positive way, but he has narrative control in that opening episode. And I think this episode, it's also kind of painted in the same way. Like oftentimes he's kind of wrong about, or not wrong about things, but saying things like, how did he get that idol? That's so suspicious. And it's like, it's almost similar to like how Abby was thinking about like, oh, what if Matt has an idol? Like that's so suspicious. It's like not on the money really, but it's also just like the edit doesn't paint him in a bad light for thinking that, so I think maybe we have more to see from Josh because things are looking okay for him despite like how he comes off,
And I just want to point out, it's funny. Like I think he made the right choice with voting out Ken, but he's like, Ken is not a threat, and then it's like, let's vote out Ken. And I was like, oh, then.
Well, it's similar to like sometimes you need people you can hide behind. So even if they're not like a strategic threat or a social threat, they can be a threat in the sense that like if they're around, people might prefer to work with someone a little more even-tempered than someone like him who's like dramatic and like intense and like it can really come down to just like the social opinions. And so I definitely if I was in Josh's position, I would be exactly the same and probably vote out Ken for sure.
Wait, so are you saying
depending on who you are?
Ken is more intense than Josh?
No. I'm saying Josh is more intense. I'm saying like I'm saying Ken, like Josh has reason to feel threatened by Ken's presence in the game because he might be seen as others as someone easier to potentially like drag along potentially. And then that would mean Josh would be the one on the chopping block. So Josh has to play these rounds like really all in. I don't blame him for doing that at all. Yeah.
I'll explain it for our season, right? So like Vince, how we wanted to work. Well, I know I wanted to work with Ange and you wanted to work with Ange more than we wanted to work with Tara. It's the same sort of thing, right? That's Ken is Ange and Josh is Tara. Like how yeah. That's the best way to look at it, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I empathize with Josh's gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he made the right choice. But yeah, it's kind of weird that he didn't mention. He's like, I'm close to Rachel, Michael, but not Matt C. So I wonder if he's gonna come for Matt C next episode. They're going to travel.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going back to tribal. I don't. We'll see.
I kind of wish. I kind of wish they go back because that would be interesting. Any more want to talk about the Red Tribe?
Yeah, I want to ask you guys a question, and I'll just leave it at this question. If you don't know the answer, you don't know the answer.
Okay.
Did you hear the music?
No.
The music. Okay, so you didn't pick up.
Was it the music behind Josh's confessional?
No. Okay, if you didn't pick up on the music, then you didn't pick up on the music. But the music, that's telling you the whole story. Not. But There's specific music that's been played in regards to someone multiple times now across both episode 1 and 2.
So, you're not
Oh
talking about.
no, I know what this is. This is Natalie Anderson. Theme music.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. I can't remember who it's played under though.
yeah. I don't remember, but I mentioned
Oh,
someone mentioned it. You mentioned
Wow.
it. You mentioned.
I
I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
I think that's something to look out for. It might be deceptive editing. It might be setting, everything up for just one big red herring, but Edgic God sees all.
Guys, can we guys into watching this, just leave a comment who you think that music is for, because I don't remember. If you don't know cheating, just post who you think it is. Any more Red Tribe stuff?
No, they're just vicious people, and I
Yeah,
dislike them
yeah.
still. Yeah.
It's
Okay,
exciting.
let's go to yellow. I would say yellow is a bit more boring. It's a little bit nice. I don't want to vote for you, vote for you. What do you guys think about Yellow Tribe?
I'm just really invested in the Abby and Kiara duo. I think it's such a strange dynamic, actually. Like, I think there's so much that can work for the two of them, but I get the sense that if they do like pair up and play this game together, I get the sense that it's not gonna last and one of them's gonna turn on the other. That's the sense I get. And it seems like Kiara probably has the social upper hand over Abby and holds Abby's life in her hand, and she could just crush it. That's the sense I get.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we haven't talked about
So
one
true.
person. Salvatore wasn't come up to
Sal,
Yeah.
we love Sal.
Let's talk about Sal. Oh yeah,
He was like, he's been so mad that nothing's happening at the camp. He's just like, I want
yes.
something to happen. I
love
want
it.
something to go. And to be honest, I love that. It is
It's
so
like fun
boring.
house arrest.
Like,
I know,
It's so good.
I feel
Yeah.
because it's so boring when you all want to play, but everyone's not playing. But you can't overplay when no one's playing. Like, you have to play with everyone's standard.
Yeah,
And unless
absolutely.
if you want to take that risk, you have put yourself in a target. So it's kind of like hard to juggle what to do.
I
think
just
he's
find it
been
weird
doing
how
all that.
like, yeah.
Sorry.
I just
Go.
find it weird how that's okay. I just find it weird how like the start where they're all going to find pieces and bits and bobs, they all went separately and nobody went together. Like, I grabbed someone, right? I think it's the best time, and I think Sal, this is what Sal should have done. So then there was like some type of gameplay to start off with. Go walk with someone. If somebody's walking another way, just go walk with them. Just go talk to them. Like, you're not gonna cause anything by doing that. Instead, you're gonna probably make the game start for your tribe instead of having 20 minutes after the challenge to work out who's going home after you've just sung Kumbaya for 18 hours.
Yeah. It must be so frustrating.
It is the worst thing. Like, we've all played live games, and sitting around in a circle is the most boringest thing I could even think of.
We didn't do it. we went pretty hard.
No, we didn't do it on our first game. We didn't do it.
We would be like, let's go idol hunting, and then we would all split up and talk game.
Yeah.
Well, let's
That was
find
great.
sticks, and then everyone just went up.
Yeah, so I definitely think Yellow Tribe probably has the most casuals on it. Does that read accurate? And I know Sal definitely isn't, like, because he's played orgs and he's won orgs, so he's ready and rearing, ready to go.
Well, you got Sal, you got Matt B, you've got Joanna, Valentina, Kiara, and Abby. I think 4 of them
Kiara and
know
Abby.
Survivor. Yeah,
Kiara,
I think
Abby,
Joanna,
Sal, and then Matt B. But then
yeah,
we got
Joanna and Valentina don't really know much about it.
Sal said definitely split in pairs to search for cancer. So they did split in pairs?
They did.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they did.
I didn't see it though, because wasn't Sal trying to find, like,
too.
he found a bag by himself? I don't know.
Yeah, and then Joe found like a bunch of stuff by her own.
Yes,
as well.
yeah, that's what I thought. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Yellow Tribe. I think a lot of the players on Yellow Tribe have a lot more game to play. Like, I feel, can we talk a little bit about Joanna, because I feel like it's really hard to get a read on what's going on there.
That's the only music the only music I remember from the episode is Joanna's Dodo music.
Yes, you can do that.
I think she's meant to be
That's all I
the
remember.
comic relief.
comic
of the
relief?
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great, which isn't good for her, like, long game, clearly. But like, it's great for now. Like, it's great for Joanna. Like,
So she's
to
like
get that sort of
the Keith Nail of the season.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he's like at the level with Valentina. Like, I don't know who to vote. You know, they both got the same sort of confessional that like, we're too nice, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Val said they are searching for 3 hours. Oh my god. 3 hours. Where do you find the time?
Nice. That's tragic for them. That would have been such a good opportunity to talk strategy, though. So maybe it's worth noting that we didn't get to see too much of that.
Probably doesn't matter.
Can we talk
Maybe
a little bit
they were strategizing with that Sal, and then Sal was cracking it that nobody's been strategizing. So maybe, maybe Sal hasn't been in the strategy the whole time. Maybe that's the edit we're getting.
Yeah, can we talk a little bit about the vote at Yellow Tribe? Because I thought it was quite interesting that Abby pitched to Valentina to do an all girls thing. And then I know she probably pitched it purely just to like sell her a story. But then it seems like Valentina she voted for Kiara.
No, she voted for Abby.
Oh no, Abby. Sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
but like, do we have any? Sorry. Do we have any indication as to why she voted for Abby?
Yeah. So I remember watching it. So Matt B and Sal was saying that they want to vote for Abby.
That was the name thrown out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is bad for Abby because like Abby's name's out there.
Yeah.
It's like Sandra Twine has always said, if your name's out there, it's always out there. It's out there forever.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't want your name to be out there. The fact that her name's out there straight away, not a good thing.
I think it has worked to some players' advantages throughout Survivor history, though. Like, for example, if you look back to like David versus Goliath, like Angelina Keeley's name was like always on the chopping block, and then she makes it all the way to Final Tribal Council. I feel like so far Josh's name has always been on the block, but like he's actually navigated pretty well around it. Like I think sometimes if your name is so obviously on the block, people almost forget that it is because it's just like such a given. Like they take it for granted that they start like planning around it and the game starts moving and shifting without them needing to do anything about the name being out there.
I think what you said is true, but it's also based on others' perception for that person. Like, because down the road, like Angelina, because people think she's not gonna win because she's that, is it everyone's perception on Josh going down the road or even Abby? So it's really depending on other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry. What else so okay, we have who threw out Valentina's name? Is it Matt B?
No, it was Abby.
It was Abby?
It was Abby, yeah. Abby started talking to Kiara about it.
But why she doesn't want to get around Matt B? Because she thinks he has an idol.
I think they wanted to keep Matt B around for challenge strength, I believe. As far as I remember. Like
she said she really liked Matt B. Like she's really glad that he's on the tribe, but she did want to throw out the possibility that he does have an idol. So I don't think she wanted to vote him out, but she did want to throw that idea out there as a concern. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. So why Valentina? Why? I don't think we got a reason. Like, why is it Valentina?
It's not super clear. I think the closest thing we get to a good reason is Abby's voting confessional that she said basically like, hey, sorry about this, but it looks like I'm closer to everyone else than I am to you. So this is just the group consensus. Sorry. And I think it was just like, it must have been just one of those occasions where it's just like an echo chamber effect. Everyone's saying it. And so no one wants to, rock the boat too much.
Yeah, I think there's not much strategy coming from the Yellow Tribe, I think. And there's no, like, I still don't see the line drawn. Like, you don't know who's aligned with who. Like, you kind of know, but, like, because you got 5 people vote for the one person. So we don't know where the line split at the moment. So it's hard.
And I mean, we have the same problem now with our Red Tribe. Like, at least after the premiere, we knew, like, there was still a divide between everyone and, like, Ken, and like we saw it, like Josh was even in trouble. But even now, like I feel like the lines aren't like there are so many different lines drawn. Like you can't really know. Moving forward, it's going to be interesting for sure, with all of these different tribes and their different dynamics.
Well, like Abby's the only one left in the game right now that's actually received a vote. So.
Well, technically, everyone's still left in the game.
Oh yeah, technically.
Someone's going to return who did have votes cast against them.
Yeah,
that's a reality.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can we talk about Redemption? Who we think might win? So there's two people that win. Are we thinking? Is this technically the first boot then? Yes. Like if you're out of the challenge, is that technically first boot? What would you class as first boot?
Josh, let me ask you that question.
Yeah.
Because if you're Holly, do you think you're first boot if you survive the redemption?
I mean, I'm not the last one, not the first one out of the game. So, as a fellow first boot, I would take that as a win. But
do you consider yourself a first boot or no? That's my question.
I still say look, I was the first person voted out of the game. So I still think it classifies as a boot. However,
yeah, you can technically be a first boot, but your placement might be higher than that. Yeah. It's just
like Natalie Anderson, like you're
exactly. Final. Yeah, exactly.
Hot Josh say he received a vote in Kent, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but yeah, we're terrible at this.
What's his name now? It's Hot Josh.
You guys should be reading the strategy.
Josh. What's his name now, Vince? What's his name this week?
Hot Josh.
Hot Josh this week. Okay. Yeah.
Love Josh.
What's next week? Have we got a name?
So wait, who do you think is gonna win? Sorry, back to that question.
I think we might lose Valentina first. However, look, it probably be Holly. Like I want Holly to stay in.
Let's base on the challenge. I think it's like untangling that like thing ribbon on the pole.
Maybe Ken loses because like that's sort of like doing like plaits in hair, right? Like, and the two girls have hair, so.
Ken has hair too.
No, but like Ken does have long hair, so like
Wait,
and Valentina's a mum. Valentina's a mum.
Natalie Anderson music?
Huh?
No, Ken's not getting the Natalie Anderson music.
Is he getting the Natalie Anderson music?
I'm not saying shit.
Is he coming back to the final travel?
Huh?
I think it's probably him because then he'll come back and then it's gonna be in the final three, and it's probably
so Keegan, just so Keegan knows, only one person will go home.
Yeah, I think the promo it says two people will go, or
no, it says two people will stay and one will go, or something like that. Yeah,
wait,
it's only one person leaving. I think we'll get a redemption like battle back every episode from now on.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
Did you guys see the flashback that's there were two different sets of flashbacks this episode.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they both were? I'll tell you what one was. One of them was Ken reading out his idol thing. Yeah. But the other one is the one that I think might be significant to something, but it might be a red herring. I get the sense it could be a red herring, but
it's a red tribe. It's a red tribe, isn't it? Is it?
It wasn't at red tribe.
Blue?
Is it?
Is yellow?
Someone on yellow had a flashback. Do you know what it was?
Is it Abby?
I'm just saying Edgic God sees all. You can remember.
Tell us now.
Okay, Valentina had a flashback. And it was basically when she was talking about her experience in this challenge. She was talking about the challenge. They flashed back to a performance in the first challenge and her succeeding at pulling the ropes and scoring the point while she talks about it like confidently. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's a red herring, or do we think it's maybe
it's building up a challenge based like sort of it's like a foreshadowing, like a challenge based.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm almost thinking they're setting her up as the challenge threat going into redemption, and but maybe to be overthrown.
Yeah, like the Matt from Redemption Island, the guy who won like every challenges.
Yeah.
Elrond, yeah.
So my pick to lose this challenge, unfortunately, is Ken.
Yeah.
Because he
Same.
doesn't have long hair.
Yeah.
I just want to pick. Okay, now that well, no, Josh, you said Valentina first.
No, I said Valentina might lose a couple, but
Okay.
I think Ken.
I think Holly. I don't want her. I don't want it to be her, but I think Holly.
I hope it's not Holly. I think my vote. It's probably Ken being the first official boob. Purely because he had the most. In the premiere, I don't know if you saw this in my Edgic notes. I don't know if you saw this in my Edgic notes, but basically, Ken was subtitled at his first tribal council saying that Redemption Island, I really don't want to go there. And I think he said it relatively clearly. So I don't know if I don't think they subtitled it for like audio capturing reasons. I think they subtitled it because he ends up at Redemption. And I think that kind of implies things go bad for him. Maybe not, but I think that implies like foreshadowing that it's not going to be a fantastic redemption experience for him.
Tara, I have a question for you. So I think you mentioned in the comment that your read is so good this season. You probably want to give us fake ones. Can you just give us three? Give us two fakes and one true.
Two.
Maybe two lines.
No.
And a
It's
truth.
one. If you give a spicy one, then you can give like really big truth. Like I don't know, just.
Oh, that's really okay. That's kind of hard to give.
Do you need the time to think? Then we'll.
Come back to me. Come back to me. Let me
we'll
my
go to we'll go to Josh's segment. Josh's power ranking time, where Josh will give his power ranking for this episode. Go ahead, Josh.
How can I show my screen? Does it matter? What I'll do is I will post these. I made a couple of graphics up for power ranking. So what I'll do is I'll post them on the page.
No, you can send it. Do you have a share?
I've sent it. No, I don't have a share button. I sent them to you in Messenger.
Oh, okay. Josh, keep talking, and I'll sort something out.
Okay, so I'll start explaining it. So I've got two pictures I've made. They're very amateur, but that's fine. Essentially, I'm going to be changing these around every week to what I personally think the power rankings from this episode were and how they are placed for future episodes. Just based on how I read the edit. I am not.
You can begin.
No, I'm all good.
Hey.
I'm all good.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Awkward. Yeah, so it's just based on how I think everything's going. Of course, that happens during my segment. That's fine. Yeah. Just waiting for Vince to bring them up.
Yeah, sorry. Please send it to me earlier next time because I don't know. Just give me a second. I'm trying to share screen. Oh, okay. You know what? That's dumb. Which one's first?
Just do the one with the tribes.
One of the tribe. Okay, yes. I'm about to share my Facebook.
Oh, not the Facebook.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
What can you see?
Yeah.
Because I can't go back.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So on this screen, I've got the Birak tribe. So this is how I think everyone is in power. At the moment, Tara can actually discuss with me if she thinks these are correct based on the Edgic as well. So on Birak tribe, I've got Rachel as the queen of the tribe, followed by Matt C, Michael, and Josh. Is that how you would see it as well, Tara?
In terms of Oh, that's I don't know. I think it's really hard to say like who's in the top, what the top 3 order is. I think Josh is probably like pretty in the like the roughest waters there for sure. But that's not to say he's in some totally unredeemable situation. Yeah, I actually really struggle to rank Red Tribe, I think. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to Jilba, so the other tribe. I've got obviously Kiara in the top spot. She's like loved by everyone. Nobody wants to vote her out. She's clearly going to win. If that tribe was just to continue the game. But I put Abby in last spot just due to the fact that her name was out there from Matt B and Sal. And she's also got a vote against her as well. So yeah.
And Blue Tribe?
Yeah, Blue Tribe. So I got Fu up the top. She just seems to be like having connections with everyone and not having any issues with building any relationships with anyone. So I can't see her going anytime soon. As far as like power, I feel like she doesn't have as much power as say Rachel and Kiara. But she has enough influence in that tribe to get what she wants within that tribe. Where Fiona, I still feel like is in a really good spot because her and Fu are really close as well. But they were also talking about in the Makuru tribe about getting rid of Julie. There was that talk with Jake and Dan earlier on in that episode about potentially getting rid of Julie if they had to go to tribal. So that's why Julie's down in last.
Okay. Then the next slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Jilba tribe talking about building an alliance with the struggling Birak tribe, I've sort of put like the yellow and the red tribe near the top, purely based on the fact that they're all going to be targeting the blue. So I don't see Josh making it anywhere further. So that's why he's at the bottom. But yeah, from there, I can see the blue tribe starting to get decimated if we were to merge right now from that point.
Josh, I want to point out that you say they coming, girl. You better
Yeah,
watch
they're coming.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Tara, do you need more time or?
Look, I got that. Like, okay, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. This is
Okay.
an exclusive. There's a whole other Edgic document that predicts like so much more than I'm ever gonna reveal to anyone that isn't a host or a player that played the game. Because I think it's not that I think my reads are that good. It's actually just that I don't want to shape people's perceptions viewing the game too much and just ruin the magic that Kyle and Brian have created. Like whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, I don't want to turn it into like too technical of a game watching experience. You know, I don't want to ruin the fun for like whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. You know, I want people to have their own viewing experiences of the game. So that's why there's an entire other Edgic document that is like reserved purely for like people who are spoiled on the outcome and hosts basically.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, like, so I'm not even, because you guys have this podcast, I don't want it to influence like your strategic reads of the game by reading the edit too much. You know what I mean? Because you guys are all about reading the strategy, the gameplay. So I don't want to share too much. But just know that Edgic God is always watching. Yeah. I'll drop my Edgic notes though, and score like Edgic ratings and things like that though for everyone else. You can read into my notes, but not my. You don't get to see my essays.
You write essays about this.
I'll tell you how many words is in this document. How do you get a word count? Oh yeah, over 2,000 words.
I think you need to publish
That's
this.
just after the premiere.
You need to publish.
You should publish them.
Once
do it
it's finished.
after the game.
Yeah, do it after the season. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be a good read.
You can sell them. You can sell them. I guess people would.
Yeah, and I'll sell this NFT behind me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Matt said, "Do not publish."
All right.
Tell you what, you should publish that story that you made for Blend Vibe season 1.
No, one where everyone dies.
No,
yeah, that's great.
All right.
We've
Phil-
got Vince's favorite. This is Vince's favorite segment that we've got like last before we wrap
what is
up.
your favorite too?
I love this segment too. Okay.
Amy said, "Oh wait, no, sorry." Amy said, "Sharing them VIP launch once the season has finished
Oh,
airing."
oh, for
I think you
sure.
have to pay
Absolutely.
Tara.
Tara's in the VIP lounge. She has
I'm
she
in
has the
VIP.
VIP. Yeah, she has
Oh,
a
yeah.
VIP experience.
Did you pay?
Yeah. Yeah, I paid. Look,
Sorry,
I told you I'm moving up in the world.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I've evolved.
Okay. All right, Tara, you're the guest, so you can pick kill, marry, kiss. Who you wanna go?
Okay, and then so what's the criteria for this? Like
So kill is
gameplay?
the
Are we
one-
going purely on gameplay?
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
Strategic
yes.
abilities.
Doesn't really matter because Josh kissed Michael last time because Michael carried Julie up, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
No, that was gameplay.
I think I'm probably just like, oh wow, okay, this is actually really hard because I'm kind of frothing so many players. Like, like I really just love the way some characters are being portrayed. I'll tell you who I'm gonna kill. I don't want to kill anyone. I'm nice now. I've evolved. Okay, I'm gonna kill. Wait, is it only of people remaining in the main game, or is it also including redemption people?
I mean, because Redemption's still in technically.
It's still the game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm killing Ken. I'm killing Ken because I think he's probably going to be the one to be the first boot anyway, and the first one out of redemption. And I think there's only so much value you can milk from someone once they're out of a season for good. So, you know, I'm all here for the entertainment, and if you can't deliver, then so be it. I think so what is it? Fuck, marry. All right.
No. We can go for Josh. Go for your kill.
Okay, so my kill. This is the only one I didn't really think of because, like, I actually think everyone played like a decent round this time around. I don't think anybody really actually like deserves a kill. If I had to choose someone to kill, I mean, the person who did the worst this episode probably was Valentina. In my eyes, because she really didn't fight. I didn't see any fight in her to stay or to like try and vote out people. She didn't really have a name. Yeah. I think Valentina, unfortunately. I don't know. This one's hard. They all played well.
It is really hard. Like there were very few people who like slipped up terribly this episode. In fact, no one really did. No one had like some terrible blunder.
Yes, so I'll probably give a small stab to Fiona because of that. But like it's a rookie mistake. We all made it, so it's not like a big mistake.
Yeah, we shouldn't. Yeah, Kyle. It's almost like we shouldn't kill a cast. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you blame Sammy for coming up with the idea? So, Tara, what you want to marry or kiss?
So which one's supposed to be like better?
Mary's like the long term. The kiss is like the MVP of this.
All right, I'm gonna marry Kiara because I think like every time she gives a confessional, like it draws like an emotional response out of you. I think she's just in an incredibly powerful position within the game currently, and look, she's getting a flawless edit, which is it's not actually always the best thing to be getting such a good edit so early on. But I mean, look, Kiara's in her prime, I think, so I'll marry that. But yeah, that's who I'd marry.
Yeah.
My
Mary is going to Rachel. I just think the fact that she's been able to like get everybody in her tribe to trust her and to like her, from like, you know, Ida is my second boot, like, and now she's like probably like in a really good spot to win. So yeah, I can't see her faltering at any point anytime soon. So mine's for Rachel.
Is that? Oh yeah, Mary. Yes. Mine's for Rachel as well. I put her as a pre-match as well, but she just wow me. I also want to shout out to Joe. Really love her. Like I just every time they pan to her, I just like laugh. Like I said, you wouldn't have said that after the episode. This is what referring to what?
The kill.
About-
I'm assuming. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tara, Kiss, MVP.
I'm gonna say Josh, because here's why. I think firstly he's a ball of entertainment constantly, and you don't know how long this guy's gonna last. Like, it looks like he's in so much trouble every single round, but he's totally cool so far, but just while he's still here, yeah, we'll make out. Yeah.
I am going to say Abby. I think regardless of if it's paranoia or if it's gameplay about her thinking about Matt B having the idol, regardless, it has put doubt in Kiara's mind, and Kiara is leading that yellow tribe. So I think that's an excellent move. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Abby for me.
Yeah. I do have to say it's Josh as well, because being on the potential booth for 2 episodes in a row. Sorry, I got sidetracked. 2 episodes in a row, and he's still in the game and still probably going strong. I don't see, based on his relationship with Rachel, I don't see him getting voted out next. Yeah.
Hope not.
Hope not. Also, I want to reply to a lot of people saying, "Why am I surprised that Tara paid?" Because Tara, Tara used to be quite poor. She needs money for the Nike. That's why I was shocked that she paid $25.
It's not even that I was poor. It's that I would scam everyone. Like, everyone would be like, "I'll pay this," and Tara would be like, "Yes, you will." Like, thank you. Like,
yeah. Why am I surprised? It's Tara.
Yeah, I don't.
Vince is just trying to get free entry. That's all.
No,
he's trying to weasel his way. He's like, I don't want to pay. I want to be in the VIP lounge, but I'm not paying.
Maybe I was thinking, Josh, give it to Tara as a gift or something.
Me?
Yeah, you have the money now.
I actually did. Yeah, I am actually rich. That's fine. But yeah.
I got sidetracked by this thing. Adam replying to himself. And hi, Laurel. Okay. I'm glad you finally leave a comment.
You can tell we're from Melbourne. We know nothing. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Anything else? Oh, we're still trying to work out the time schedule for next week. It looks like it'll be on Wednesday 8:30. Usual Wednesday 8:30. AEST. 6:30 AWST. Once I finalize, we have an exit interview as well. So once I finalize the exit interview, then I will look for a guest. I have 2 person in mind. If one can't make it, then I'll contact the other, I guess. But yeah, stay tuned. It'll be a big character as well.
Big character.
Yes. Someone like Tara. We have to, once we, get Tara on episode 2, we need to find him. But I don't
know. Can we top Tara? That's the question. Vince has always got a dirty mind. All right, with that.
Okay. Josh, where's my kiss this week? For my
Oh, sorry, Michael. It's maybe coming next week. You gotta do some more stuff for me.
Do more stuff.
You're gonna pick up Julie again.
When are you expecting swaps? Just a quick question.
We're at 15. I think 14. I think one more, and then we'll get a swap, 2 jumps of 7.
Okay.
Yeah, and then merge at 11.
Yeah.
Oh, that quick.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
Tara,
with the cast of 18, if you merged at like 9 or 10, I think it's way too. Like half the cast is pretty much out before you get to merge, which I hate. I think 2/3 of the cast should make merge, but anyway, that's just my opinion.
I actually love it. I feel I like old school Survivor where like 7 people are on the jury, because then you feel like the jury, like each juror's vote matters that much more, and it gives a lot more stakes to final tribal council, which I really like. Yeah.
Tara, I think it would be interesting to invite you back on the finale, and then you can finally spill all your reads. That will be a one to watch. Hopefully, we can schedule that, or even like a special episode to just talk
Special
about
episode? Sign me up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it. Anything else?
I mean, I just want to say I am so invested in this season. Like the work Kyle and Brian have put into building such an incredible cast. I think the casting alone is so incredible. Like no one at all is a dud. The editing is like some of the best I feel like I've seen in Survivor, just across all versions, fan made or legit. Some of the best ever. Like there's so much thought put into every decision. And you can just really see the passion that these guys have put into making the best experience possible for not only like the viewers, but also like the cast, and like from what I'm hearing, like even the crew gets, has a really good time too. So I'm just loving it. Like I love that like level of passion going into anything Survivor related. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I actually can't like. How is Emily not already watching this? Anyway.
Yes, Emily.
What are you doing? No, but yeah, like this season is like ridiculous. The production level, the camera work, the sound quality, everything is just like phenomenal. I've also noticed each episode has been exactly an hour. Like exactly.
Yeah, it's really it's like incredible. I've noticed that too. Yeah.
The only thing I would say that I could make a diss about is Ben's paintwork, but that's it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
We're probably
going
to see more of Ben's artwork.
Yeah. Poor Ben. That's okay.
All right. I do want to agree with Tara. It was a fantastic. I'm really happy that me and Josh is doing this to promote this series. I think more people need to watch this as well.
Yeah. Legit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it for today. This week. Hopefully see you guys next week. Hopefully Holly survive.
Yeah.
Look, I'd like to say hopefully we're here with anyone but Holly, but also like
we're rooting for all of you.
Yeah, we're rooting for everyone, but we hope to see Ken next week. I'm joking.
Okay, you know what? Ken is not watching. Valentin is not watching us, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, guys. See ya.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle.
Love you, Kyle.